Over the next month, there's 3 or 4 things that I really want to do to just take my fitness to the next level, because I do believe, like all these blemishes I do believe that's toxins in my body that's trying to get out of my body, and so it's coming out through the skin. I believe the left knee pain I have may have something to do with inflammation, which has something to do with the food I eat. I believe the menstrual cramps I have, which are 99% better. I am so happy. But there's one more thing I'm going to do to try to get rid of all that extra pain and extra toxins in my body. And that is, I'm gonna go 30 days without eating meat just to see. And cut back on sweets and limit my dairy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not promising anything more than that. So I'm excited to look forward to the next 30 days. I'm excited about what June is gonna look like, and I'm excited about May and June. I just had brunch at my new favorite restaurant, True Food Kitchen. And just around the corner is Loose Park. So I decided to come to Loose Park. And instead of walking along the trail, I decided to walk in the grassy area, barefoot. Yes, because I just watched this documentary called Earthing. And it talks about grounding and having your feet on the ground and your hands on the ground and even your whole body to bring healing to your body. And that also helps remove inflammation. I thought to myself, what is it gonna cost me? Nothing. And that's much better than taking naproxen or ibuprofen. So we'll see how this works. I'm gonna do it for the next 2 weeks, the next month, who knows how long. But I'm excited because I've been watching so many documentaries on health on Prime Video, and I've been learning so much. So many things have inspired me, so many things have been confirmed, and I'm learning so many new things. So it's becoming easier and easier. I think the main thing is to not worry and not fear. I've watched Living Proof. That's a good one. I like one that I watched. It talked more about the emotions behind your life and the food that you eat and the relationship with food that you have. So it all works together. It's everything. It's not just the body, but it's the body, mind, and spirit. So that took me about 17 minutes back and forth. I'll make it longer next time because next time I'll also walk that way. Now that I have eliminated the source of inflammation from my diet, now when I buy the turmeric supplement, it should help me better. I'm back in the dream room and I'm gonna watch this documentary called Plan, Eat, Planet. And I'm just probably gonna get in the dome for about 40 minutes. And I have extra water here. And I'm just gonna turn the light off, get comfortable, and detox. So for me, the next 30 days is more about just really flushing my system out and replenishing it with great things. It was just too exciting. So exciting.
I initially identified veganism as a white thing is because I didn't know my history. To associate veganism and vegetarianism with whiteness, you're totally discounting our cultural heritage. A lot of our histories have been erased because of colonialism that's embedded in K through 12 education. Black people were not abducted and put on ships and enslaved as someone who didn't understand anything, didn't know how to raise land, didn't have any spiritual ideas, didn't have other ideas around nutrition or harvesting the land.
When you look at traditional West African diets, they are diets that are plant-based, low in fat, and also contain very little meat. West Africans who were used to eating this traditional West African diet were essentially dragged from their homes, shipped across the ocean, and then confined to plantations where they were literally fed the garbage of the plantation.
It didn't dawn on me at that time that my ancestors come from a rich land with rich soil and rich farmers. All I knew was we turned scraps into soul food, and I thought that was our only culinary legacy.
And that's the most pervasive narrative, primarily because the majority of African Americans were in the South. But first of all, I challenge people to think about where the South is. People are eating different things depending upon where they were located during the period of enslavement. If you're in the Southwest, you necessarily have access to more peppers, and if you're on the Chesapeake, you have access to the water. People foraged, they went into the woods, and they found berries, and they found other greenery. We need to be very careful about how we talk about our food cultures as if we're a monolithic culture, because we're not.
I thought before I get in the shower, why not do a clay mask with apple cider vinegar? And then while I wait for this to dry, I can prepare a protein drink before I get in the shower. I guess you can say this is more like a at-home sabbatical. Going on a little sabbatical. Mind, body, spirit. Sabbatical. Gotta get my temple right. I'm cutting back on dairy, but I would love to be able to eliminate dairy. I look forward to the day. I'm using coconut milk for my protein drink. I am doing a raw, plant-based, vegan protein. And it's 22 grams of protein. So that's good. And it's no dairy, no soy, no nuts, no sugars and all that stuff. So getting more protein in my diet. Just do 1 scoop. Ounces. Then I blend it and then I drink it. Can't be out working no play. By the time I finish drinking this, my mask should be dry. There was a time where I thought some of this was just too much, but it's like baby steps, and easy does it. And then you learn how to make it work for you. This giving up meat has been quite a journey. I mean, really very interesting how it all came to be, you know. Even when I was going through Panera today, through the drive-thru, the people recognized me at Panera before I even gave my number, because they always say easy on the sauce when I get my chicken flatbread pizza. But today the girl said, "You're switching it up on me." And I was like, yeah, I'm cutting back on meat. So today I just got the 4 cheese. And they could just tell from my order and my voice that I was getting something different. I thought, that's really touching. And I just really wanted to share that. Not bad. I just can't get enough of the outdoors. Now I'm at the Plaza Park, and I'm gonna walk all the way down to the other end. I also have my book. And chapter 3 talks about soul wounds. A child can be the object of much affection and not feel loved. Feeling loved and being heard are so similar, it's difficult to distinguish between the two. Paul Tournier. Now I'm in Midtown, KC, and I'm about to get some herbs. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I started coming here years ago. I was wondering if I can have some detox tea.
Yeah, do you want just enough for one person, one cleanse?
One person. And how long does one cleanse normally last?
4 days.
I was thinking like 3 weeks. Yeah. We are in the Queen's Kitchen. One thing that I do is I soak my almonds. I take the shell off, and then I just eat it. I just cleaned some veggies and fruits. Now the other day, I went to Whole Foods and I bought oranges, apples, celery, and carrots. About like 3 oranges, 3 apples, a stalk of celery, and a stalk of carrots. And it cost $12. This may juice about 16 ounces. 16 ounces in some places would cost me about $10 for a juice, or 24 ounces would be $9 in some places. For $12, I've already had 2 cups of orange juice. This is some good looking orange juice. Smells so fresh. And we can't leave out the pulp. No, look at that. I still have apples and an orange left, and I still have some of my celery left. So I get my money's worth by purchasing my own juicer and having my own blender to do certain things. Secondly, brewing my own tea. This is for my detox. I had tea bags that I could put my own tea in myself from a long time ago, and now I'm actually using them. Fill your own tea bags. Wow. You just never know what might come in handy later on in life. So my detox is 4 days, and I just put my tea in my own bags. I also use a curling iron to seal the bag after you fill it. So many great things. Now, being that I was just going to do a 30-day trial for no meat, I actually already had chicken pesto pizza flatbread in my freezer. So I just want to read something to you to show just how deceptive labeling could be. It says, you don't just eat American flatbread pizza, you experience it. That is why we're serious about what goes in our pizza. To start, there's sourcing, which I totally agree with. We get our cheese straight from farms we trust and love. Like, how do I know what farms they are? They don't say. Then there's quality. Our ingredients have to be fresh, handled properly, only the best. That's not really saying anything. Everybody speaks well about their product, but if you actually go back to the farm, that's how you'll really know if it's reputable. Some things you can know if it's actually reputable because they have certain things that say USDA organic. I know everybody feels like they don't have to go organic, and that's fine, but they also have things like certified kosher. If it's kosher, you know it's more trustworthy. And then there's just other labels, like this says vegan. But we also know that not everything that says vegan really is vegan, because a well-popular, well-known company says their products are vegan, but it has lanolin in the vitamin D, and lanolin comes from sheep's wool. So it's just like, how vegan are you? So there's always loopholes to different things. When I say reputable, I believe this farm is reputable because it says we've opened our barn doors, and they have something where you can scan to trace back to the farm. So when people are transparent, I feel like they're a little bit more reputable. Certified humane really makes a difference to me. And there's where you can scan back to the farm. This is the company that has lanolin in its supplements. They may say it's in the capsule and not the actual product, but still you're swallowing something that they are selling that is made from animals. This liquid supplement, however, is disturbing to me because as I look at the L-carnitine serving, which is 1 tablespoon, 15 milliliters, and I look at the stevia extract, 16 milligrams, which is a tablespoon and a teaspoon, unless I'm reading something wrong, this tells me that it's more stevia, which is still a sugar. It's more sugar in here than there is serving of L-carnitine, as far as tablespoon wise, as far as measurement wise. So I'm drinking 1 tablespoon of L-carnitine, and with that L-carnitine, I'm drinking a tablespoon and a teaspoon of stevia. This is trash. You're worth knowing what goes into your body. Just a few of the ways that I'm trying to be healthier within my own lifestyle. So I also had this whey protein. But I'm no longer using whey protein, even if it's an isolate. I'm just down to the raw vegan plant-based protein. I feel great, and this is just the beginning of my journey. There's one more thing I'm going to do to try to get rid of all that extra pain and extra toxins in my body. And that is, I'm gonna go 30 days without eating meat just to see. Cut back on sweets and limit my dairy. I'm excited to look forward to the next 30 days. Day 5 of me going without meat. I waited all week to come for this. And I wanted to add sausage with it all week. But today I decided no sausage. So day 5, no meat. Day 10 of no meat. Day 3 of my detox. But oddly enough, I'm not craving meat. It's more like baked goods. I want a chocolate chip muffin from Panera Bread or fudge striped cookies, but I'm not craving meat. And I'm not giving up because I know in the end, it'll be worth it. Day 15 of no meat, cutting back on sugar and limiting my dairy from cows. I am so excited about this journey, and it's not like I've had some great big noticeable change in my life or anything, but for me it's just noticing so many other things that I've never noticed before, or taking a chance at something I would never have considered before. For example, normally this is the kind of pizza I get when I come to Whole Foods. A slice of cheese or whatever have you. But today, I got something a little different. I've never purchased this kind of pizza before, ever. A veggie pizza. So this is going to be interesting. You're going to catch it on camera. You're seeing this first. Yes, I've never purchased this pizza before. I just looked at it, but I never purchased it. It has olives, onions, tomatoes, peppers, spinach, I'm guessing. No cheese, but I got my backup. Not bad. Not bad at all. Day 20 of no meat. And I am experimenting with making my own snacks because that has been my biggest struggle. One item that I've purchased a lot is the Lauer Bar. The Lauer Bar contains only 5 ingredients, and they would include dates, almonds, walnuts, unsweetened cocoa powder, unsweetened coconut. Only 5, and it has 16 grams of sugar. And I thought that was great. So it's only 16 grams of natural sugar. Being that dates is the first ingredient, that lets me know it has more dates than anything else. So I purchased some dates. 5 dates make up 25 grams of sugar. So therefore, it must be about 3 dates in the Lauer Bar. Because dates are really sweet, I like sweet, but I don't like too sweet, I'm gonna eliminate the Larabar from my snack. But here we have the Larabar, the homemade Larabar. So I have coconut flakes here, unsweetened. I have almonds, walnuts, and I'm gonna use carrot chips. 1 tablespoon of carrot chips has a total of 6 sugars, 4 added. So I'd rather have 6 grams of sugar in my Larabar than 16 grams of sugar in my Larabar. So I have a tablespoon of carrot chips here. And what I will do is just mix everything. And I'll put this in a Ziploc bag, or maybe just put it in a container, leave it in the refrigerator, and when I'm ready to eat it, I'll have a snack all ready to go. And this is a total of about 7 or 8 grams of sugar, because I do know that a 1/4 cup of walnuts has 1 gram of sugar. So that's one way I could eliminate sugar from my diet. Next thing, an oatmeal cup. This oatmeal cup also has 1 tablespoon of carrot chips. It has 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. It has 1 cup of almond milk, fresh almond milk made today, and then it has 1 cup of oats. And I'm gonna sit this in the refrigerator overnight, and again, when I want a snack, I can just go to it. This concludes day 20 of no meat. I will say over the past 25 days, my bowels have become more regular and my skin is clearing up along my jawline a lot better. Still have a little blemishes on my chin, my cheek, but it's getting better, and that's all that matters. Day 25 of no meat, cutting back on dairy from cows, and limiting my sugar intake. And let me tell you, you know how you get to some places in a journey where you just feel like you hit the wall? Well, I'm kind of feeling like that today, but mainly because I'm on my cycle. And yes, I was cramping a little bit yesterday, but it went away. And then I cramped a little bit more, and then I took some homeopathic pellets, and then it went away. But I woke up this morning cramping, and I took some homeopathic medicine, and we'll see if it kicks in. So today is going to be more about some things I've learned to cut back on sugar and still have a snack that I can enjoy. It was a journey indeed, but I think I found something reliable and trustworthy that I can eat every once in a while if I really want something sweet. And you know, if you really look back to your past, you can probably find something in your past that points to something you really enjoy in life or something that you kind of want to overcome in life. And overcoming sugar is something that I know I can pinpoint back to my childhood. Going over my grandmother's house, who always had chocolate chips Ahoy, who always had glazed donuts, and who always had ice cream. And I think that is really what connects me back to the sugar that I like so much today, that I'm trying to eliminate from my diet. There's other ways that I had sugar, like as kids, we used to actually eat sugar Kool-Aid. Like pour straight sugar in a Ziploc bag, put a red packet of Kool-Aid, put a hole in the corner of the bag, and then just pour the Kool-Aid in your mouth, just like that, just like basically straight up eating sugar. So not a lot has changed. It's just that it's in different forms. Instead of sugar Kool-Aid, it's like sugar brownies, sugar cheesecake, you know, sugar drinks or whatever. So some things I have been paying more attention to in these last 30 days is the intake of sugar in gram form or teaspoon, tablespoon form. So what I learned is 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. 3 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon. So 12 grams of sugar equals 1 tablespoon. And that's kind of how I look at what I'm eating. Am I eating a tablespoonful of sugar, or am I eating 2 tablespoons worth of sugar. That's kind of how I'm starting to look at my sugar intake. So let's look at a few products that I came across in the health food store. So 2 fudge brownies in this little container that's so well decorated. Oh, it's well decorated. Got the vegan sign. And this is nothing against vegans, because half the people who make these products probably are not necessarily vegans, but they throw that label up there. This is what really got my attention here, where it says like no wheat, no eggs, no dairy, no, all these things that they don't have. And I thought, wow, look at all those check marks. They don't have a lot of stuff in there. Okay. Soy-free, peanut-free, tree nut-free, which I don't mind having sesame seeds. I need to figure out what's the deal with sesame seed. Yeah, so the first ingredient is organic cane sugar. That was the little ingredient I overlooked. It says total sugar is 19 grams. I know, I wish you could see that a little bit better. It says 19 grams, but what I also failed to look at was that servings per container was only a half a brownie. So that means it was nearly 40 grams of sugar in one of these brownies. So I will never buy this product again. Because while you may be vegan, you may not have, animal fat in there. And people say cane sugar is not as bad as regular processed sugar, but still, it's like sugar cocaine, any way you look at it. Cane sugar, sugar cane, sugar cocaine, So I don't want no sugar cocaine. So we go sit that over there. Then I came across Uncle Eddie's cookies, but Eddie ain't no uncle of mine, honey. I did eat the cookies, but I won't buy these cookies anymore either, because I was happy to see it was only 8 grams of sugar. I thought 8 grams of sugar in one cookie. Wow, I could have a cookie and a half, and that's only 1 tablespoon of sugar. Awesome. But then I got to reading the ingredients. Uncle Eddie has a bourbon vanilla. Cane sugar is not his first ingredient, but in the end, he has bourbon vanilla and alcohol. Like, I know some things say sugar alcohol, but his doesn't say sugar alcohol. It just says alcohol. And I'm like, Eddie, no one's judging your alcohol content, Eddie. The bourbon vanilla. It's the second to last line. And the alcohol is the last line. So it might not be that much alcohol in here. But my problem with Eddie, he doesn't make a caution. He just says made with organic grains and sweeteners. He doesn't say an alcohol. So I asked the person at the grocery store, like, is that normal? He goes like, yeah, people soak their beans in bourbon but vanilla bourbon or whatever. Bourbon vanilla. And he goes, but yeah, that's no big deal. I said, what about this alcohol thing? I said, even the kombucha that I buy, it has caution on there in more than one place. The bottom says, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, please consult with your healthcare professional before consuming our products. Because this has a natural occurring alcohol in here. But at least they give the warning. And not only that, there's another warning where it says, please note, kombucha is a fermented tea that has naturally occurring alcohol. Do not consume if you are avoiding alcohol due to pregnancy, allergies, sensitivities, or religious benefits. Eddie, you're going to have to tell the people that you got alcohol. You're going to have to do a please note like they did at the bottom. Please note. You're going to have to do the please note. I mean, there's underage people that could, consume alcohol because of you. So you're no uncle of mine. And not only that, we have base culture. This is something that for now I feel comfortable with. I have no reason to not get this product. One serving is 57 grams. And it's only, total sugars included is 15, but it has 11 added sugars. Here are the ingredients. Honey is the first ingredient. I'd rather have honey than cane sugar, and I rather have raw honey versus regular honey. But honey is the first ingredient. I think I could live with that better than cane sugar. Eggs, cashew butter, coconut oil. It has more than the 5 ingredients that the Larabar has, but the Larabar also has 16 grams of sugar. It only has, but it's all natural sugar. So it's so many things to learn, so many decisions to make just for having a snack. But the Larabar also is only, I think, 47 grams. One bar is 45 grams. The serving is 45 grams. Right here. So you got 45 grams per serving. And here you have 57. This is my new snack. Even my cold brew protein drink has a warning because it's 110 milligrams of caffeine in here. It's the coffee protein drink, which it doesn't taste all that great to me, so it says contains approximately 110 milligrams of caffeine. Not recommended for children. Eddie's Cookies does not need to be recommended for children. Eddie's not thinking about the pregnant women. He's not thinking about the children. It's a little caution right there at the bottom. I know you probably can't read it, but take my word for it. It's a little caution right there. Pregnant or nursing women or persons sensitive to caffeine. How can you put alcohol in your product? I don't even care if it's natural. The kombucha still gives a caution. Come on, Eddie. You got to do better. I think that's enough for day 25. I have 5 days to go. I'm so excited. I'm going to kick it in gear and enjoy the last 5 days and then just see where it takes me. My panini was good to the last bite, but my beverage, oh my goodness, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. I haven't had alcohol in 2 months. I felt it after the first sip, you know? And it's vegan. Cheers to 30 days with no meat. I will be reading scripture from 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 12 and 13, and then verse 20. All things are lawful for me, but not all things are profitable. All things are lawful for me, but I would not be mastered by anything. Food is for the stomach, and the stomach is for food, but God will do away with both of them. Yet the body is not for immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord is for the body. Verse 20. For you have been bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body. And this is what my mind, body, and spirit journey has been about for this past year and 3 months, and for the duration of my life, to glorify God in my body. It's not about eating the meat or not eating the meat, having the sweets or no, having a glass of wine or not. It is about glorifying God in my body. And if I am overcome by food, then I'm not honoring God or myself. This is not a journey of condemnation. It is a journey of inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. So I encourage you to not give up. As for me, and for now, I will continue to eliminate meat from my diet, decrease my dairy from cows, and limit my sugar intake. I'm gonna go treat myself to a brownie and some coffee. Yes. They say this is a vegan burger, but it's really good. I had to come back a second day. I was just here yesterday. But I know me, once I find someplace I like, I keep going. So I had to come back a second day. This is so good. So I had the brownie and it was delicious. But the burger, I had to ask them, what's in this burger? Because my stomach doesn't like it. And they told me soy, and I just guess my stomach doesn't like the soy. So I'm not gonna be getting that burger anymore. Normally at this point, I would say see you next month. But something happened over the course of my last 30 days that my mind, body, and spirit reached a pinnacle that I just don't think continuing to do these videos is necessary anymore. This is going to be the end. So instead of saying see you next month, I'll say see you next year. Because I actually have something that I'm going to be working on. I have a few projects I want to finish. But I have something that I really, really need to complete. So I'm going to take my own advice and I'm going to complete my to-do list and I'm going to get started on this project. The last 30 days of eating no meat proved to be very beneficial to me. I will say my last cycle, I did not have any breakouts on my chin like I normally do. I feel lighter even though I haven't lost any weight. I have a lot of energy. I sleep much better. I just think all these things is a result of everything I've done. But I can say that after not eating meat for 30 days, I actually am not hard pressed to have a burger or anything. Not saying I'll never eat meat ever again. But for now, I'm okay without it. Still working on, cutting back on sugars. And when I have a dessert, I know there's a lot of sugar in my dessert. But when I want just a healthy snack, I want it to be healthy. I've come across this place called Evolve. This is gonna be my new hangout spot on Fridays because they give shots for $1. So I'll definitely be taking advantage of those. Until then, I'll continue to eat healthy, work on my mind, body, and spirit, complete my to-do list, finish my projects, and just continue to live well. Speaking of living well, today is July 24th, and I stopped eating meat on May 5th. So that makes today 80 days of eating no meat. Mushrooms are my new meat. But other than body, my spirit is strong as well, and my mind. And I keep my spirit strong just by feeding it good things, and I keep my mind strong by doing the same. I won't see you next month, but I will see you next year.